Hello and welcome to the Geek Den for this special look at the Star Trek Starship Collection special issue Deep Space K-7. We'll have a look at the magazine in a minute. Here is the box. It is absolutely huge. It's massive, but obviously we will take a lot closer look at this in just a minute. So let's have a look at the magazine. Here is the magazine. I also find with a lot of these specials, apart from Deep Space Nine, there doesn't seem to be a lot of in-universe information. Not like you get with the Starships, but anyway, we'll have a look anyway. So here we are. The specs. This is obviously the in-universe information. That's it. Also, as well, I've noticed that it might just be my magazine, but there's no little tabs, status tabs off here that obviously tell you what's in what, where the bridge is and all that sort of stuff. Mine is completely blank. Also, it's also blank down here. Now I don't know whether that's just my issue or whether that's just a thing. I would imagine there would have been a thing coming off here saying Shuttle Bay or something like that, but obviously nothing. Okay, so here we get on to the writer of Trouble with Tribbles, obviously the father of the Tribbles. So it goes a lot in depth on the writing. Then it goes on to the making of the episode. And if you know, I'm not a big TOS fan, but I do remember this episode because of this. For the 30th anniversary, they wanted to do something special, so they actually went back to the best episode from the TOS series, arguably, Trouble with Tribbles. Deep Space Nine went there. They were able to use special effects where they could cut in characters like Cisco there talking to Kirk. Now I didn't realise this. Now the original model of K-7 was never found. I do believe it got destroyed, but here is the model they used for the DS9 episode. I always thought that it was CGI, but it wasn't. It's actually a model that they built. And they actually even built a model of the original Enterprise as well. And that is basically it for the magazine. We just go through again because there's some little interesting design things here. So this obviously goes on to how the episode was made, but obviously as well it goes into them building the model as well. Originally it wasn't going to be a space station neither. It was actually going to be a planet. But anyway, that is all in there. I don't want to go and spoil it for everyone, but there you go. That is the magazine. Like I said, I like more in-universe information. I don't know if anybody else does. I do like the design aspects, but this more or less goes into detail of the Trouble with Tribble episode. But there we go. Before we open up the box, I'm actually going to show you the size of this box compared to others. Okay, so I've moved, and I'm trying to just adjust here on how big this box is. If I just move everything out of the way. So there is my hand. So it's about a hand's length. This is obviously the Franklin box. So if we just stick that in front, it's the same height as this is. And if we do it that way, you can actually see it's bigger. If we do it that way as well, you can actually see on how big it actually is. It's huge, this box. Bigger than the Deep Space Nine box as well. That Deep Space, obviously Deep Space Nine come in. It's huge. I like the fact that it's actually included a base, which we didn't get with Deep Space Nine. But it's huge. So without further ado, let's get out and take a look. So here we have Deep Space K-7. I'm going to bring in our Eagle Moss the normal size Enterprise for you, just so you can see comparison wise on what it is. If I just zoom up here, so you can actually see the size comparison here with the Enterprise. Actually, I do believe it's not too out of scale. I mean, if you had these two together, it looks like it's completely in scale. We'll have a look at a little details on K-7 in just a minute, but I thought I'd just do a scale test as well. If I do this, so if I bring this up, you can see, so if we move K-7 there, and then the Enterprise there, I think the Enterprise is slightly big, but not too big, and it looks really, they complement each other very well. But that is enough of the comparison. Let's have a deeper look at Deep Space K-7. Okay, so let's have a little look at K-7. I've noticed we've got KC, KA and KB. The alignment of the windows seems to be really good, or not. Now I've zoomed up on it, it doesn't seem too bad, but I think they have a trouble of the windows anyway. Down here, once again, so the die cast on this is this section here. That's the only place I can feel or see any die cast at all. I like this little bit. This seems to be like the office, or where the bar was. Nice little detail. Sits in the base really well. If we just lift it up, so we have some detailing on the inner structure. I want to show you the little cockpit, the little shuttle bay here, which is really nice. It's quite detailed. You can see the two doors in there, and some other kibble and that. But that's a nice touch, and it's just really nice. I like the antenna at the top here. This hasn't broken off, which is I'm quite surprised, or bent. It doesn't look bent or anything. It looks really nice. It's just a nice model. We've been asking for more space stations. They've given us it. This is our, I do believe it's our third special this year. They have another special planned as well for around, I do believe around the end of October or November time. So there's going to be another special. That'll be 4 in 1 year. We've never normally had that in the collection. I don't know whether that's a sign of good things, or is that a sign of them trying to wind down and get stuff out. I'm not too sure. But that's it. That's Deep Space K-7. It's worthy. If you a big TOS fan, it's a must. I just think it's a must anyway. It looks really well with other Federation ships around it. But yeah, it's a nice model. It's not much more I can say except it's nice. I'm quite surprised by it. It's very weighty, like I said. This is the die cast section, but the rest of it isn't. But yeah, it's really nicely painted and everything. And we hope to see you at the next video. And that's it for us. So see you at the next video.